So basically, all I could say about this, right, if you guys want a quick opinion, it's just that, like, this dude's a sheep. He's, like, genuinely one of those people who's a sheep who calls other people sheep because they don't know that they're a sheep. And that's okay. You're allowed to be a sheep. That's it. That's literally it. I have nothing else to say. So if you want to click off the video now, go ahead. But if you want to stick around, like and subscribe and shit after you watch the video.
Now, guess what? I'm gonna sign this petition strictly because of people like you. You guys don't even realize you shoot yourself in the foot. You turn people who are in the middle and you bring them all the way on this side because of how unhinged you are on this side. Doesn't that sound familiar with a particular climate that's happening right now?
Okay, so basically it's retarded. He's gonna say something about it later in the video, so I'll just cover it when he gets there. But I just want to complain about the fact that he didn't put previously on or anything on this, so I can know if it's in the video or not. I had to watch this entire video all the way through to know if I had to respond to this or not in this moment. So, if you can please, do a little bit more editing. You don't have to. You don't have to, but it would really help. Maybe, please. Thank you.
Number one, we was talking about the differences between these stupid ass journalists who actually got the game before and were actually playing the game, and they changed a number of things behind the scenes because they got to play the game first.
I don't know. It really seems like they just bend very easily to public pressure. I don't know why you're making this a conspiracy. We all know what happens when conspiracies come into the fucking fray when it comes to all of these topics. Okay, can we please stop with this, conspiracy posting shit? It's kind of cringe. Just say they bend to public pressure and they're fucking weak people who don't deserve your money. That's it. That's all you had to say. Jesus Christ.
That's it. Fast forward to when the game comes out. A day one patch lands. They said it was to add New Game Plus. And they said it was to add some other things, like some changes to the parry system, the timing and stuff like that. That's not it though. But that was all they laid out in the forum. The only thing they laid out was the gameplay changes and everything, right? But apparently, because YouTubers get these codes too before the game comes out, the reviewers, right? They got to try the game. All of a sudden, they're starting to see the contrast between the different outfits in the game that wasn't mentioned in the patch. So now we're like, oh shit, Sony got a hold of them.
Okay, so we're expanding the conspiracy. Okay, so they're not talking to Shift Up employees to try to get them to change the game. The woke game journalists are talking to Sony in order to crack down on Shift Up. That's the conspiracy. When it could just be them cracking the public pressure, and your argument for that is strong as fuck. So, I don't know why he said that. I have no idea why he said that.
Know how disingenuous people think. The only thing they're going to focus on is, oh, these people can't see their tits, so now they're pissed off now. Those are the type of people that I know for sure, and I just talked about these people in the last video. These are people you don't argue with. You can talk shit about them, you can troll them, you can do whatever the fuck, but if you're genuinely trying to argue with these people to try to convince them that, hey, you're wrong here, this is not what I meant, you're wasting your time. Because they know what they're doing. This is the same type of people who try to, if you're in a society of people and all of you are gray, but you I want to be blue. I want to be different. And you try to go outside that box. And they oh, you can't be blue because that's bad. That's you're like an infection. You're bad. Whatever smear word they come up with for blue motherfuckers over here, right? So you immediately go right back to the gray people because you don't want to be labeled a person who's different than these people because you will be shamed if you actually get outside the box, right? These are the same type of people who are just bots and they follow the crowd. They're not going to change their mind. They don't even know what they believe. They just know that, oh, I'm just going to smear this shit because everybody else is doing it and I know it's safe for me to do that. Cowardly people.
Both sides do this. Also, neither side is cowardly, because people on the other side will do this thing where they go oh, don't conversate with the other side, just make them as pissed off as possible, so we can eventually lead to a Civil War 2 or some shit. This is some goddamn Marvel movie tier bullshit, dude. Oh my god. So basically, every time shit like this happens, all you're gonna do is eventually just have people sending each other CP and DMs to harass each other, which is always just the worst outcome for all this shit. Every single time. every single time. And like, people who make content are actively trying to shut down the idea of conversating between parties. Just because you get pissed off doesn't mean you should try to attempt to get others from conversating. That's how we lead to violence. That's how it leads to real world violence. We need to start telling people that there's hope if we talk to people enough about our positions and how we feel. Well, not how we feel, about the science and the facts, but you know, it's partially about the feels, man. But you know, knowing most of these people, they are gonna want somebody dead. And I know it's not gonna be me.
When y'all see the numbers go down, that's the whole issue that's going on right now. That's what started it, was the fact that they said something, and then once the day one patch came out, they did an Uno reverse and just was like, okay, we're not even going to tell you about the outfit changes, but we are going to tell you about the gameplay changes. Too bad. People played it before the patch, and now they noticed some shit got changed. So guess what? People are rightfully pissed off. And it's not about the sexiness. It's about what you said first and what you did after. That's the whole premise of this. But these people on Twitter will make you think that it's just a bunch of incels and virgins that's just getting pissed off about them not being able to see no tits. That shit is so disingenuous and it's so stupid to me. It's like surface level bullshit. It's like, you know what the fuck we're mad about, but you're just saying this shit because you have to play that, oh, I just can't vibe with y'all because I'm on this side.
Okay, so basically what homie be saying is, damn, y'all know what we be saying, right? And then I guess what they don't realize about Twitter is that on Twitter you see the most inflammatory tweets ever, the things that are going to make you respond, and most of the things that make you respond are going to be radical positions. So basically what this nigga is saying is disingenuous is actually people who see the most radical positions, see the more moderate positions, and then groups all those people together. But as you're going to see, this guy is not a normal dude, so he's not like one of those normie people that I'm talking about.
Type of shit. That's all it is. And you people are the most safest people on the planet because y'all would never do shit that actually fights for something. You don't fight for nothing. You're just a bot who just are safe in your bubble. But the people who are actually fighting to get shit changed, to see what's going on, to be like, yeah, we're gonna sign petitions, we're gonna make our voice be heard, we're gonna do all this type of shit, right? Those are the type of people who you actually want on your side. These are the people who win wars.
Niggas will literally fight wars over costumes, okay? Like, Jesus Christ, we're getting way too radical here, okay? Look, okay, tone down the radicalism. All you do is seem unhinged to everybody when you do shit like this. Guys, we're going to war over Stellar Blade. Okay, if they did this shit in Elden Ring, okay, and it like broke the game or something, I probably would be pissed. But you know, taking a few frames and moving the motions a little bit is way better. Okay, so, you know, maybe you guys should like compare this to outfits in other games and see how they compare. That's probably what you guys should do. Anyway, yeah, dude, just moving on, bro. Because radicalism is gonna just destroy this fucking country.
Who actually fight issues behind the scenes while your ass sit comfortable on the couch and don't do shit. Because you're just safe. So I would rather have that. And you know what's another thing too? You guys are saying that them putting a piece of cloth over her is not a big deal. Why do they find a need to change it? What's the big deal?
The real question is, why did they feel the need to lie to me? That's the question you should be asking. Asking a circular argument that'll just go in circles forever is the quickest way to frustrate both parties. So I have no idea why you would do that, instead of being, oh, why did they feel the need to lie to me? That's it. That's all you have to say. But instead, no, we always gotta be retarded and make the worst arguments ever because we're all stupid. Like, Jesus Christ.
That they put stuff on. Yeah, what's the big deal that they had to censor an M-rated game? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So that's the reason why this shit is so disingenuous. This whole argument is just dumb to me. Cause I just been seeing this shit going back and forth. And I'm like, you guys know why we're pissed. Stop pretending like you don't.
You don't take issues with the Twitter users. The Twitter users are fucking indoctrinated as fuck. Okay, they're in their bubbles, and the only way to break them out is to show them a liberal position first and then move them from there, right? Also, why would you not just be showing content creators constantly in your video? These are the people who are influencing the big opinions. So if you're constantly looking, hey, what is this content creator saying? You can better fight arguments. That's like obvious, dude. Come on, you have so much potential to be like the best YouTuber in the world. All you have to do is like change a few things and, you know, start pulling up shit on screen instead of leaving that same fucking piece on. You know, it's fucking wild.
His chain, and I'm gonna show you who did it too. The Quartering actually caught this, and he actually said, let me show you what he said first. So this dude named Tone Man, right? Grump says, all Eve's outfits uncensored. This is what it was supposed to be. This guy named Tone Man, right? He said 20K to anyone that makes this dipshit disappear.
The only time you should ever have a radical response like this is if somebody's a pedophile, or if somebody's like literally like endangering kids' safety, or, you know, killing dogs. Fucking killing dogs. I fucking hate killing dogs. Anybody who touches my dog is getting John Wicked immediately anyway. Yeah, but basically you should only hurt people who hurt children and animals. That's it. That's the only justifiable violence in my opinion.
Do you know why I'm laughing about this? Because I don't take threats from nerds and for bitches like this dude serious.
I understand that you can't provide proof that that's him, but also, you should probably wait until you can provide proof, because just like putting niggas' faces on screen is like actually evil. Because imagine if that's not him and you're just shitting on some random nigga for no reason.
At all. Anybody who does this shit, right? Anybody who make threats like this don't even know what real violence is. This guy has never been in a fight in his life. I guarantee you he's never been hit. He's never been touched. He's never had a gun. He's never had a knife. He's never had anything. You are the softest person. The people who make these threats are the softest bitches on the planet. You will never do shit. And you know why I know? Because as soon as he called him out, watch what he did. So apparently, the guy who put 20K on his head, once he started getting any flack back, he deleted all his social media channels he had. Every single one of them. Because he got scared and run. He wasn't going to stand on business. He felt tough to say it on the internet, but he wasn't. He tried to rally people behind him. And this is what these cowards do. As soon as you say something that people on this side do not like, they will try to yank your chain to pull you back to where you're supposed to be. That's how I know to listen to him and not to him.
Both sides do the exact same thing. It's all gonna depend on who's in power. And leftism is in power right now, so I guess they're gonna be anti-free speech as much as the right was back in the day. But, you know, letting either of these sides exist in the modern of the day is just gonna destroy the country. Like, all you want to do is destroy the country, even if you don't realize it. You're an agent, just like the people you accuse.
I don't listen to people who's on chains, who's muzzled, who's being yanked back and they just comply. I don't listen to those people. You're telling me exactly who to pay attention to now. So now, if I didn't know who this guy was now, and I'm an objective person, I listen to both sides. I don't care who you are. I'm not on nobody's side.
You're using radicalism to justify your positions. You should be making arguments not based on who's acting more crazy or who's being more unhinged. You should be like, hey, this is bad, and move on. Because there's nothing else to say except for that's bad. But you're trying to use the radicalism of the left to apparently move over to the right more. That's what it feels like. Now, this is my first video of yours that I'm watching. Maybe if I watch every single video, I'll get a better understanding of your opinion, which I might do. But, you know, understanding these radicals, you do understand that, like, literally, people on both sides are probably right now sending child porn in other people's DMs because they're fucking radical. You do realize that, right? And I'm just pointing that out because all you people are fucking retarded.
I'm on the side that makes sense. So I'm looking at this shit objectively, right? And I'm looking at all these people talking shit about this dude, and I'm like, the people on this side is fucking unhinged, so he must be saying something.
I believe this is to be a joke, but just in case it's not, we both know this one simple fact of life, and it's that this is a retard argument. It's a retard argument specifically because, depending on who's acting more unhinged in a conversation, doesn't actually matter. What matters is the objective reality, right? So, like, if he is actually evaluating things like this, all I have to do to get him to believe that the Holocaust is completely fake is get a video of a Jewish person saying, "Why the fuck are you pretending like the Holocaust isn't real, you dumb whore?" And then have some Nazi dude acting all chill, and this dude will believe in Nazism in like a week. Okay, that's like genuinely what he's saying if he's not like fucking joking here. And I genuinely hope he's joking. That is not a meme.
Started to do some research. I started to figure out who this guy was. Official Twitter of Mark Kern, CEO and designer, former team lead of OG World of Warcraft. I didn't even know that at first. Producer, Diablo 2, StarCraft. So he's got some skin in the game. So apparently he actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to these companies. And apparently he ran a petition before to get Warcraft to go back to OG Warcraft. So, and it actually worked, which means that he's a voice that actually knows what he's talking about. Why would I not? These people on this side have no credit whatsoever. They're just people, they're just bots, just trained to do what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to yank his chain, and he's supposed to not listen, to keep on innovating and keep on doing his thing. Anybody who threatens somebody's life like that over a fucking opinion over a video game is the real incel who's sitting in his basement just typing on a computer and just like, oh, I can't stand this guy. So you just sending out death threats because you know it's not going to come back at you. But apparently you did, because you deleted everything like a bitch.
True, he is going to jail. Just like, that's absolutely the best thing ever. He should go to jail for that, by the way. Radicals have no place in our society unless they're being absolutely productive at all times, because idle hands are the fucking devil's playground. Unless you're gay, then everything you do is the devil's playground. Apparently. That's a joke. Obviously.
So, we're not even going to worry about him. He's nobody. That just exposes a lot of people and a lot of different people like this dude, because now, guess what? I'm gonna sign this petition strictly because of people like you. You guys don't even realize you shoot yourself in the foot. You turn people who are in the middle and you bring them all the way on this side because of how unhinged you are on this side. Doesn't that sound familiar with a particular climate that's happening right now in America when it comes to politics? You guys draw away the people that's in the middle because you're so unhinged.
Future me here, I forgot that dude was doing spite-based politics. Probably shouldn't take his opinion seriously, now that I think about it. You do realize by this logic, you shouldn't really ever be talking about anything because both sides are unhinged. Just because one side is being unhinged publicly doesn't mean the other side isn't being unhinged privately. Also, you could probably prove that the other side is being unhinged publicly too. Okay? Also, you do realize that most of the time, you're not going to see any right-leaning violence unless it's in person, because right-leaning people are more likely to strike first and ask questions later, but they can't do that online, so they just refuse to engage at all. That's usually how that works. You see, most right-wing people are probably going to end up in jail, while most left-wing people are going to end up in federal prison. That's probably how that's going to end up working out.
We see which side is actually saying when you start doing shit like this. And he just proved it right here with this statement. What they're doing is censoring the game, right? Censor Grums talking about it, which I've seen myself. Put 20K hit on me. Now censor the hashtag. They're actually censoring the hashtag Free Stella Blade right now, which is telling me right now, oh, he's really doing the right thing. Because apparently anything that is correct gets censored and hidden. Why is that?
Anything that's correct gets censored and hidden. Okay? So either he's talking about in this particular case, which I hope he is, or he's talking about in general, which means that his opinions are going to flip-flop on a dime depending on who's in power. Because no matter what, whoever is in power is going to try to censor the other side of the argument. This is not a smart thing to be saying because it never holds up. It's actually quite in-depthly stupid. Now, you know, I hate radicalism, but you know, making fun of these people is kind of fun. I need to start talking about more left-wing people, because holy shit, talking about right-wing people gets kind of boring after a while, mostly because they either say the same thing, or anything that they say that's new is a conspiracy theory that happened like 3 days before they started saying it. So, you know, kind of cringe. At least left-wing people say they have science and facts, which, you know, it's the right-wingers' fault for not actually going to university. So yeah, that's all your faults that we only have left-wing people in our medical system. Jesus Christ.
None of this shit has anything to do with tits. Are there people who's doing this because of tits? Yes, probably. But the people who really care about the issue, who really are actually paying attention to the issue when it comes to censorship in games and the contradicting nature that it has to Asian games in particular, they censor their shit, but apparently Baldur's Gate don't get censored, the sex scene from The Last of Us don't get censored, and anything else that's over on that side that actually performs those, you know, in that space, in that bubble, the safe pocket, right? I'm talking about gay stuff. I'm talking about anything that has anything to do with representation. When it has something to do with, you know, anything that side likes, that flies. That's cool. You can have an orgy happen on the screen. It's fine. No censor needed. But because it has everything to do with what we like, oh, you gotta censor it. Oh, she's showing a little cleavage? Censor that shit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. It seems like, you know, we should, like, literally actually just censor all video games, actually, you know, because genuinely, you know, it's just not worth the hassle. We should just censor both sides equally, and then just be like, oh, fuck politics in response. You know, you care about family units, fuck politics, okay? We're actually, everyone's an amoeba who grew in a fucking lab, because fuck politics, dude. Jesus Christ.
Why? And why didn't you have the need to say it in the patch? You had to slide it in there and hide it. Why did you have to do that? This guy says, let me just show you what these people are, because I feel like having fun right now. Let me just show you what type of people these guys are that try to yank your chain, right? They try to basically call you an incel. Let's check one of these guys. I'm gonna put this guy on blast. This guy said the last time these 48,261 people ever saw the inside of a woman was the day they were born. This guy is actually saying this, right? To these people who sign these petitions. And what he's clearly trying to do is, he's an agent, right? This guy's clearly trying to shame people to yank their chain because he doesn't want to see what's going on right now. He doesn't want to see people standing up for something that they believe in, and the fact that they're like, yo, listen, we don't want no censorship in this game. And he's probably taking it as this disingenuous approach to where he's like, okay, I'm just going to go the call him a virgin route because I'm too simple-minded to actually see the big issue. And
Okay, I'm making the strong claim in that this guy isn't actually a centrist, and he's actually just like full-on right-wing. And it's okay to be right-wing, by the way. It's not actually like a guilt to shame, and anybody who says it's shameful to be a part of the right-wing party is actually evil and should probably be, you know, disappeared for that reason. But also, you kinda have to just admit that shit at some point. There's no point in ever just like sitting there and going like, I'm in the middle, when like every other video you upload is like anti-leftist, right? All you have to do is like go more pro-leftist on some videos and just show us situations where leftists are right, but you don't think leftists are right on anything. So you're not going to make videos where those people are right completely and fully. You're just going to make videos about how the right are completely wrong. I mean, not right or completely wrong, how the left are completely wrong on every issue. Because you're not actually a centrist. You're just sitting here, you're flapping your wings, and you're going like, bitch! And then you suck people in the face. That's pretty much what you do. I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie, you just suck people in the face like your fucking Pyramid Head but he lost his sword. That shit would be based as fuck, by the way.
guess what? Since you had the nerve to basically call somebody, you know, virgins, I'm petty as fuck, so I'm about to clown you now. Let's check out to see who you are. Okay, we got old man right here, right? He has a Fallout background sticker and let's see. This guy and his girlfriend.
It's kind of weird, you know? Like, I like to make the joke that I can't read, you know? I can't read at all. I got off the slave ships yesterday. But nigga, like, made up a whole new reality so he could shit on dude. It literally says husband in his bio, but he wants to clown on you so bad that he makes up a whole new reality. It's kind of retarded, not gonna lie.
I guarantee you, this is the only piece of pussy you ever had in your life. I guarantee you. Because guess what? The people, let me tell you something about people who actually get boxed, right? I'm gonna just say boxed because it probably gets flagged by YouTube. I'll start to figure that out now too. The people who actually get boxed do not even discuss getting it.
Does anybody actually think that's true? I know niggas and niggettes talk about this shit in private. Porn stars talk about it in public. Hoes and whores, they talk about that shit in public too. Bro, just call him a hoe or a whore, but that would imply he get boxed. So you can't do that.
I'm talking about the real ones that actually get it. Because you know why? We don't care about it. It's nothing. It's whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not our lifestyle. But the people who do not get it and who had pussy one time, and they like, oh yeah, now I'm the spokesperson for people who get vagina, so I can shame the virgins now. Those are the only people who call people incels.
Fuck it, I'm gonna make a stronger claim, okay? The claim is that this guy actually isn't a conservative and hates marriage so much that he refused to acknowledge that it exists. That's actually the real claim I'm making now. Because there's no way that you're gonna actually do this shit and say that, like, you know, him being married is a bad thing. Oh wait, you missed it? You know, you can't say you missed it when you're like literally like circling around his profile picture and you need to look around the screen. Come on, nigga, come on.
Those are the only people who call people virgins. Those are the only people who say this shit as an insult because they never done it. They're like late bloomers. Oh, finally you get vagina? Congrats.
Nigga, this is the worst roast of all time, and it actually makes me want to die listening to it. Oh my god. Because it's not like, oh, it's not only that he's just like making up reality. He's saying shit that doesn't even make sense. And it's crazy, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Nobody who's grown use that as a tactic anymore to try to shame somebody in an argument or in a discussion. Anybody who does that is a late bloomer in getting boxed. You're a late bloomer. I can just tell. I had plenty of dudes do that shit to me. So we're like, not call me that, of course, but back in the day, like when I was in high school, you don't know how many dudes who would try to impress, right? They would try to impress me so bad, and they'll be like, by shaming another person, hey yo, this guy probably don't get no pussy, whatever the fuck, right? And I'm just looking at this dude, I'm like, motherfucker, I can just tell you don't. Because why would you find the need to say that to me? That you just let me know you don't.
I respect that he's trying to be respectful of like people's wives and shit, you know, although he doesn't actually acknowledge that it's their wife. But like, you know, you do realize that like most of the time when people say they get bucks, they're actually getting bucks from like the high school whores who have all the STDs. It's not that they don't get bucks. It's that the person they're getting bucks from is probably going to end up making them die or having them on medication for the rest of their life. That's usually what's happening.
Especially when this is going to concur. Watch this.
What you want is a couple of heavy boxes worth of printed out signatures to bring over, and 100,000 is about the minimum you need to make a physical presence on that front desk where every.
Okay, so he said you need 100,000, right? This was posted 3 days ago. We saw where it was at today, right? I'm on the petition page right now. So look, I just refreshed it. 12,000 people signed up today. This thing is at 52,000 already in 3 days. He said we need 100,000. We're almost there. And it's only been 3 days. That shows you that people are tired. People are done. Don't listen to them people calling you incels, virgins, man. Them people do not mean a fucking... Them people are bots. They're bots, and they don't change shit. These people just sit on their couch and just type.
And signing an online petition is not the same thing. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe signing these ultra petitions are hard as fuck. But like, to me, it just looks like you're sitting on your chair instead of a couch. That's all that changed to me. I don't know what to fucking say.
The people who actually chose to participate in this, these people are the innovators that's going to change the industry. I don't listen to people who just sit on the sidelines and just type and just shame people, because they don't do nothing at the end of the day. They're always going to be losers. The people who actually speak up and who actually run shit like this, who try to fight, who try to, you know, push back on things that they don't believe in, and they try to fight for what they do believe in, I respect y'all way more than people who got Twitter fingers who just be like, oh, you guys are incel if you guys are taking this shit this seriously. It's not that serious. I don't listen to those people. You guys are losers and you will never be shit.
Boys, we're making a fucking petition to keep Stellar Blade censorship the same. Basically, what he's saying is that you don't do shit if you're not doing an online petition. So, we're just gonna do it to be pro-censorship. Obviously, that's the right thing to do, because obviously if you're being called out for not believing in what you believe, you know, you need to go in the hardest way possible. When convincing people socially is usually a better option. Also, I'd like to say that, like, there's a lot of bad apples on the left and the right, and anybody who, you know, says they go to one side from the other is not actually a centrist, and they're probably, like, right-wing. That's it. That's fucking it. I hate, like, fucking centrist, because it's not only that most centrists lie about this sort of thing, but also they have a pattern where they disagree with a certain side. Like, I'm developing a pattern of just disagreeing with right-wing people. Right now, I wouldn't call myself a centrist, I would call myself a leftist. Right now. I need to start covering left-wing people that I disagree with. But, you know, it's fucking horrible, dude. Right? Like, I'm doing my best to not just be another one of those, oh, I'm lying about being a centrist. But, like, this dude has had so much time to actually, like, agree with the left full-heartedly. But they don't, so it's fucking wild. Fuck being a conservative, fuck being a progressive. What you need to do is be a liberal. Liberalism is the best part of society. You fight for what you believe in, and then you tell other people, hey, you probably shouldn't be fighting for this, and this reason. That's what liberalism is. Like, most of these people advocate for violence, or advocate for pseudo-violence, or they'll talk about how the fact that you don't get box because you told other people that they're virgins. Okay, so basically, dude's like, oh, why are you using this high school argument? Oh my god, I hate people. Because all these fucking, like, political retards are actually just pieces of shit in disguise, but nobody will figure that out for, like, the next 10 years, most likely. So, you know, with that being said, if you actually watched the video this far, I'd actually just like to say, thank you. For real. Thank you. I know I make bad videos a lot, but, you know, have a great day.